Yo, good evening. Hello, it's me, Ryan Hartley from Always Better Than Yesterday. Thank you for joining us for episode 55. Let me just take a little bit of time to invite some awesome people into this conversation. If you are catching up on the podcast, if you are catching up on YouTube or on the replay, let me just say thank you for taking the time to spend it with us. Hope this time is going to be useful time well spent to get you thinking, to get you inspired to try new things so that it might help you be always better than yesterday. That's the simpleness of this time. I bring on successful and inspiring people to really learn from their habits and their mindset, to really understand what motivates people, what drives people, what works for people, so that actually if we hear something, we might be able to just go and apply a little bit of that in our own lives and hopefully be better than we were having not heard it. So that's simply my brief introduction. It's me, Ryan Hartley, episode 55, which means I've interviewed 54 inspiring people up until this point, and 55 is going to be no different. The thing I really like about episode 55 is that I am interviewing a fellow Trowbridgian. Is that what they're called? Someone from Trowbridge. Anyway, we're repping Trowbridge tonight. I'm really looking forward to this guest sharing what they are doing to make a difference in the local Trowbridge community, to do their bit, to lead the way, and yeah, take action and make a difference. So, loads of people on. Happy days. Good to see you, Lonnie, Lisa, Kat. Layla's on. Happy days. Paul, Kev, Kyra, Sue, Jem, Tom, Freya, Debbie. Great to see you guys. Thank you for taking the time out to spend it with us this evening. Do drop your blue love heart emojis. Let me appreciate you for spending some time with us. And I'm going to now bring my guest on. Happy Sunday. Hope the parents out there are surviving the summer holidays. Can be a challenge. Hope that we're all well. Fingers crossed Facebook is going to work well for us tonight. Yo. Can you hear me?
Slow.
How are we doing? Can you hear me all right?
You okay?
Yes, I can hear you now. Great to see you.
Sharing it all over my platforms because I can't do it from this phone, which is quite annoying.
There we go. But we are good. We are live. We are ready to go. Please do me the honour and the privilege of introducing your good self.
Hello everyone, my name is Leyla. I am from Trowbridge, just like Ryan said. I am fundraising at the moment to open Trowbridge's, if that's a word, first zero waste shop. It's a not-for-profit company, so we're all about serving the community, giving back to the community, listening to the community, and then once we are up and running and we are making profit, the money's going to go back to the community. So in a nutshell, that is what I'm doing. A little bit more about me. So I'm 26 in a few weeks. I'm half Moroccan. I have a little girl called Esme who's nearly 2. And my background is I studied fashion, worked in the fashion industry for 9 years in retail. And then when I became a mum, I started becoming very conscious of what I was doing to the planet. So I became vegan. I'm raising my daughter vegan. I started reducing and reusing what I had. So be it with clothes, fixing them rather than buying more, which is a really bad habit when you're in the fashion industry. I started buying more locally and I started zero waste shopping. But luckily I lived in Bristol, so it was really easy. So now I'm in Trowbridge. Charity shops are amazing, but unfortunately there's nowhere to shop zero waste around here. So I thought, let's do it. Thank you.
Amazing. I love that. What raised your consciousness? What was it that inspired that choice?
Fortunately for me, it wasn't the documentaries, because as great as they are and as inspiring as they are, they're not relatable to me. These beautiful like places that you see that are like damaged by plastic, that's not something I personally can relate to because it's not something I can see every day. So for me, it was seeing
Sure.
things around me. For example, how full my recycling became every week, and
Mm.
how quickly I had to change my bin bag, and how much rubbish I was putting in after just making one meal. It was the little things like that that were really personal to me and really relatable, that really made me think, oh, what am I
Mm.
doing? So I kind of looked at the problem and then took it back a couple of stages and went from there. Yeah.
It's amazing. What I think loads of people talk and they can get behind something that you're talking about, but what's inspired you to take action?
Definitely think my daughter. So when you're a parent, I'm sure you know you have so much responsibility to teach the
Mm.
child everything that you know that can make them better and make
We will get this back up and running. So I'm not sure what's happened there. I hopefully you can hear me. Dropped some comments. I'm not sure if that was me that froze. Let's try and get this back up and running. It's because I cursed it. It's because I said about letting.
you.
There we go. So you're back. I can hear you, and I'm sure you were just about to give an awesome answer to your last question.
We were talking about what made me want to do what I'm doing. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I heard the conversation
Perfect.
went around legacy, around daughter, and I was like, let's hear this, and then it disappeared. So
So I remember the last thing I was saying was about kind of teaching her all the best things I know
mm,
and I've learnt so far in my life. And yes, all of the things I've learned in education are important, but the things that are most important to me are the things you learn on your own terms. So what you learn by trial and error. And
mm,
one of them was my health. So as most people do, they eat meat, they eat dairy. Personally, for me, I feel healthier and more alive eating a vegan diet.
sure.
So I implemented that on my daughter, and she's thriving. She's doing great. And then again, like I said, with the habits that I'm getting into, really implementing them on my daughter, so she now enjoys going into the fruit and veg market and picking up the unpackaged fruit and veg and kind of playing with them and
Mm,
trying to pay for them, and just seeing her reaction and how much she enjoys doing what I love is really what inspires me. And hopefully she'll only know what I teach her in terms of how to shop. So that's kind of just watching the ball rolling, is what's inspiring me, and just seeing her and seeing how my family are becoming more alert to it, and my friends are like, oh, what's this, I've never heard of it, tell me more.
yeah.
So how inspiring I'm being to other people is what inspires me.
Yeah, I love that. And I've often been
Thank
asked
you.
around, how do you get Corey, like my son, how do you get him to read? And it's simply ask yourself the question, are you reading yourself? And that's my response I usually give, and I think you've just hit the nail on the head there. It's leading by example, and in doing so, inspiring not just your daughter but others. And so where did the idea come from then for We Are Undressed? What does it mean to be We Are Undressed?
Someone about this yesterday. So I came up with hundreds of names, and I wanted it to be a bit cheeky, a bit tongue in cheek,
Hmm.
and I wanted it to get people speaking and asking, oh, what is that? And the first name I came up with was Naked, and I thought, oh, okay, that's ironic because it's true. But then because of my heritage, so being half
Sure.
Moroccan and obviously Islam, I didn't want it to be something that was offensive.
Mm,
So I thought, okay, how can we play with that word but make it a little bit more safer?
mm,
And then I thought naked, what else? And then I thought undressed. So you can say to your friend, oh, I'm going down to We Are Undressed. And it makes a bit more sense than saying I'm going down to naked.
mm.
So it was really playing with the whole package free, and being true to what it is, but still being quite fun and quirky.
Mm.
So that's how the name came around.
I really like it, and I think
Thank
the
you.
we are element. Obviously, my community is called We Are Always Better Than Yesterday, and I think those simple words at the very start, we are, it creates a sense of community, and and hopefully that will be what really picks up for you, is that it becomes synonymous with the community of people that want to go waste free. So, what's the vision? What's the vision for you?
Money is not a vision for
Hmm.
me. When I want,
So, I think you're back.
okay.
I think you're back.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, no, no. It's probably my connection. So um,
No, I think it's the storm as well. It doesn't help.
we're having a great
Nature's
conversation.
against us
It's a
tonight.
great conversation, and yeah, let's try that answer again.
Sure. So you asked, what do I want to give back to the community? Is that right? So I think for me, I've been very lucky to have met some people in my life so far who are very knowledgeable and who want to share what they have learned so far, and I want to give that back. So um, take take the business side away that I haven't had much experience
Mm.
in in terms of the hear myself talking, but it's not in sync. I want to give back all of the knowledge that I've learned and how easy it is to just how easy it is to do on a daily basis. So little things like how we live on a daily basis, how we shop, how we cook, how we throw away, and just implementing that in daily life.
Yeah, I love that. How can the community get involved and help you?
Things that people can do. The big one is
Hmm.
crowdfunding. So, as I don't have any startup costs myself, startup money to
Yeah.
invest, I'm asking people to donate. So there is quite a bit of money we need to raise. I'm hopefully going to go live tomorrow. If people can't donate, that's not an issue at all because we're going to contact bigger companies who have got bigger pots of
Yeah.
money. Um, but the next thing people can do is just support us by talking about us and really get the conversation of package free going and supporting us by sharing us online and yeah, just talking and turning up, saying hello when we open.
Fantastic. I will be sure to share your content. If you are watching and you've made it this far, made it through this far, please do tap our faces. Make sure you're giving Leyla and We Are Undressed a follow. Make sure you're sharing this video. Get behind the movement. Really make it a strong presence within the Trowbridge community. I always get inspired by people like yourself that just don't sit back, that take action to make that positive difference. So, I mean, from myself, and my wife's been massively inspired by what you're doing, and I'm sure we'll be watching your journey and supporting any way we possibly can. Um, I just would love to know, because my ethos is about helping people be always better than yesterday, and I'd just be curious to know what that phrase means to you.
My whole journey of it's quite spiritual this, but my whole journey of self-discovery happened in 2016, so about 3.5 years
Hmm.
ago, when I was going through a really rough patch in my personal life,
Sure.
and I started discovering self-help books. So I read loads of them that were based on being a woman and how to support other women, how to kind of suss out what you wanted from yourself, what you wanted from life,
Hmm.
and anything like that. I just went straight to that section in the library, in the shops, and just looked at them all, brought them all, read them all. And it really made me discover all the sorts of things that you're never taught in school, you're not necessarily taught by your parents. So it was things like know your worth, know that no one is going to teach you how good you are, no
Mm.
one is going to tell you how great you are. No one's going to tell you how to achieve your dreams. You have to really learn yourself, suss it out yourself, which sounds harder than it actually is.
Hmm.
Um, So that was number one. Find your tribe was another one
Hmm.
for me. So I don't have, well, I didn't at the time, I didn't have the people around me that were really fueling how I wanted to feel and how I wanted to be. So I went into book groups to find women who read the same books as me. I went onto Facebook pages. I went into environmental groups. Anything like that. I'd put statuses out that I wouldn't usually put, that would make old friends that I hadn't seen or heard from in years pop up, and we'd have a mutual connection straight away. That was great for me. That really kind of made me feel better than it did the
Hmm.
day before. And the next one, which was definitely the most powerful, is manifesting what I wanted and
Sure.
what I want.
Mm.
So I'm sure you've heard of all the different books, The Secret, The Magic. I started reading them, telling my closest friends about them. And as a community, we started doing that. We got rid of all negativity.
Hmm.
We only looked forward and we only looked at positivity, and just just really like channeling that energy and not putting that energy into anything negative, anything that could take energy away from what I wanted. And it's worked so far. It really has. Of course, there's going to be obstacles. Of course, there's going to be hard days, and that's there to challenge you and make you stronger and make you really realize what it is you want. So bad days are there for a reason, but it's to help you get to the most perfect good day.
I love that.
Yeah.
What an answer that was.
Thank you.
Is there any particular book that you usually find recommending others?
I was going to bring them in with me, but I forgot to. So the first one, it's mainly written to female entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
At the time, I wasn't an entrepreneur, but I could still relate to it, and it's called Girl Code
Hmm.
by Cara Alwill-Labour.
Hmm.
And it's just talking about when someone moans to you or they bitch to you or anything negative towards you, you have to look at that from their point of view.
Hmm.
So you look at it from how they're feeling and why are they portraying that, and how you have to digest that as an individual. So that book's great. And the second one was The Secret by, I think her name is Rhonda something,
Bone.
I can't remember. There you go. And she's got a whole sequel, and I'm sure you know, but for anyone else who doesn't know, it's all about, again, law of attraction and manifesting what you love. And there's a sequel to those books that teaches you how to manifest it every day, and just to really get what you want out of life. And it's very spiritual, very technical, but when you really give your energy to it, it does all make sense, and it does happen.
Are you applying that to We Are Undressed? Everything that you've learned so far, are you implementing it?
Yeah, I came in with zero business experience. I came in with zero followers on Facebook. I still have zero money to invest. And so far, it's great. I'm just waiting for that one negative person to come, and they want some drama from me, but they're not going to get it. So far it's all working.
Fantastic. Well, I really look forward to watching your journey, and I'm sure you'll make a great success of it. And if there's anything that I can do with the community that we're building, then you always have our full support in doing that. So, ladies, gentlemen, if you have followed this far, please do push the faces. Make sure you give Leyla a follow, support her in all that she's doing, cheer her on from the sidelines. Like we said, talk about that positivity. I genuinely believe that we rise by lifting others, and make sure that you take your opportunity right now. Even if you can't financially contribute, sharing this video is a contribution, because it might land in the lap of someone that really can. So please do your little bit to make a difference. Thank you for taking the time out and spending it with us this evening. Thank you, Leyla, for joining me. And I'd just love to hear a final thought from your good self.
Oh, this is probably the most powerful thing I'm going to leave. I'd say no matter what you're going through today, be it a good day, a bad day, everything is temporary, and you aren't in control of what happens tomorrow. You are in charge of waking up happy, waking up sad, bringing today's feelings with you. So make the right decision and just wake up with a smile on your face, and everything, I promise, will get better. That's my last thought.
Smooth. You wouldn't believe us if I said, but we had no prep. I didn't let you know that question was coming, and you dropped that one like a
No.
bomb. So that's amazing. Thank you so much, and
Thank
hopefully
you.
we'll catch up soon.
Yes, definitely. Thank
Much love.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.